Okay, now from Hobart, I'm joined by Chris Brown. He's the acting national president of the Health Services Union. Chris Brown, good afternoon. How does this statement by Fair Work Australia change things?
Look, I don't think it really changes things. It's another chapter in us getting to the end of this saga. We certainly welcome the news by Bernadette O'Neill that she intends to refer a number of the contraventions to the Federal Court for Civil Prosecution. I guess we're fairly angry at the fact that she's also stated that she doesn't intend to pursue any of the matters that may be of a criminal nature. And I think questions certainly need to be asked about either if the deficiencies are in the legislation or the deficiencies are in the Fair Work process. We need to find out what that's about, because we were led to believe from the very beginning that Fair Work Australia would have the ability to refer these matters for criminal prosecution in the event that it warranted that.
So who is that up to now?
Well, look, the DPP, contrary to what's been said in the previous media interview, I don't think the DPP has said that there is nothing in there that warrants a criminal investigation. The DPP has simply said that there was no brief provided to them, so that therefore they can't pursue it. I guess if there's any comfort, the comfort is in the fact that the Victorian Fraud Squad are currently undertaking an investigation into the same subject matter. And of course, the Victorian Fraud Squad, in the event that they find that there's anything of a criminal nature, would have the ability to lay charges and to pursue a prosecution.
And New South Wales Police are also investigating this too.
Yeah, well, look, the New South Wales Police, to my investigation, and they have themselves confirmed this, is that they're not particularly interested in the subject matter of this report. They are pursuing matters within the East branch of the union that concern Michael Williamson, not the federal union or matters that concern Craig Thompson. Okay.
Now, have you seen this Fair Work report?
No, I haven't.
Right. Are you frustrated that you haven't seen it yet?
Look, we're certainly looking forward to seeing it, because we've been waiting now for 3.5 years to find out, what's gone on, and whether what we uncovered in the very early days of 2008 has in fact been confirmed. The fact that it's taken so long has been frustrating. We understand that the report has been referred to the Senate committee, and that, barring some sort of decision by that committee not to release it, then we would expect that it would be released in the near future.
We just heard from some of the coalition senators there. Are you with them on calling for this to be released immediately?
Look, I think my concern is that if there is the potential for any criminal prosecution, that the release of the report doesn't prejudice that. Now, I understand that the Commonwealth DPP have referred the report and associated documentation to both the Victorian Police and the New South Wales Police. The New South Wales Police have indicated that they're not interested in it. The Victorian Police, whilst they've made no statement regarding it, I'm sure will be looking at it very carefully to see the extent to which it complements their investigation or provides them with further leads that they can follow. And I think if the Victorian Police are of the view that releasing the report would prejudice any prosecution, then they would make their views known to the Senate committee, I would expect, fairly quickly.
In the statement today, Bernadette O'Neill says substantial funds were, in my view, spent inappropriately, including on escort services, spousal travel and excess travel and hospitality expenditure. What's the significance that we've got now the head of Fair Work Australia saying things like that?
Look, I think it just confirms what we already knew. I mean, those of us in 2008 that uncovered, what we thought was, extraordinary irregularities in the finances, including, significant cash withdrawals from ATMs without any accounts, expenditures spent in for adult services, expenditures spent on spouse travel and so on. What this report will do, we hope, is simply confirm what we already knew, but more importantly, it means that people can be held to account. So whilst it doesn't look like the Commonwealth Director of Public Prosecution will pursue criminal charges, certainly the matter has been referred to the Federal Court for Civil Prosecution, and each of those civil penalties potentially carries up to a $2,200 fine. There's 105 of them that carry a civil penalty. So potentially there's over $200,000 worth of fines involved in this that is open for the court to make against the individuals involved.
And so that's the civil cases. Do you hold out any hope that criminal penalties will be pursued at any stage, or do you think that's the end of that now?
No, it's not the end of it, because the Victorian Police are still actively investigating the period that Craig Thompson was the National Secretary between 2002 and 2007, and we would expect that if there is anything there, they certainly will uncover that, and that they will lay criminal charges in the event that they do find anything. We know that they're working fairly hard on it. We've had reasonably regular contact with them. We understand that investigation is progressing fairly well, and we would hope that there would be an outcome to that by about mid-year or not long after.
Yeah, okay. And I'll just repeat that the report names no officials, and Craig Thompson has denied any wrongdoing. Okay, Chris Brown in Tasmania, thanks very much for that.
Thank you.